and welcome to the 229th edition of Beer Issues. My name is Matt Bruckert, and I'm coming to you live here from Casa de Bruckert. We're going to be having another very good beer today from Boulevard Brewing Company out of Missouri. We're going to be having the Unfiltered Wheat Beer. Doesn't look too fancy at all in the can. It's a black can, and it says Unfiltered Wheat Beer. So anyway, you get the little Boulevard symbol over there. But let's go ahead and talk about the beer and see what we think. First of all, the beer is rated 81 out of 100, which makes it a good beer. And it clocks in at 4.4% alcohol by volume. So let's go ahead and pour it and let's talk about it. So you're getting a very light color here, but it is somewhat cloudy, the unfiltered part, which most Hefeweizens are unfiltered. So the carbonation looks good. We got a nice head on there, and it's maintaining its head, which is a good sign. But so far, it's a very appealing beer. So I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to smell it. We're going to talk about it a little bit more. Actually, this is the #1 selling craft beer in the Midwest, believe it or not. It sure smells good. It smells, you know, like your typical wheat. You're getting that like bready, you're getting a hint of citrus in there. Maybe some, I don't really smell the banana, but I do smell like maybe the coriander. But I'm definitely getting the citrusy and the bready, weedy type scent in there. So let's waste no time. It's just funny, you know, all these beer companies are coming out with all these fancy design cans, and theirs just says unfiltered wheat beer. I mean, it reminds me of the kind of the old days when they had like generic beer. Remember that? Generic beer? It just says unfiltered wheat beer. I think it's cool. Something different, something to talk about. So let's go ahead and let's take a sip of it. So you do get the bready, and you do get the citrusy. I'm not getting any, like with the German Hefeweizens, you get, you know, the banana notes, the kind of clovey, coriander type. I'm not getting any of that, but I am getting a nice, refreshing, pale wheat. And it's funny because they call this, under the category, it's wheat and then American Pale. So I guess this maybe a hybrid, who knows? I mean, it says unfiltered wheat on the can, but in the category it put it as a pale ale, and wheat. So I don't know, I like it. I can tell you one thing, it's very drinkable. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's different. It's not your typical wheat beer, but it is a very drinkable, refreshing beer. So if I was sitting out by the poolside, this would be a great beer to have just poolside, because it's light. At 4.4% ABV. I could certainly drink it all day, but it has flavor. So that's the thing. A lot of times when you get into these, you know, lower octane beers, they tend to lose flavor as they get lower. This still has, probably because it's unfiltered, still has a lot of flavor in it. They didn't, you know, sift out the flavor on it. I don't know what the calories are on this thing. It'd be interesting to see. 4.4%. I don't think it gives me the calories on here. Too bad. I'd be curious. Yeah, 4.4% alcohol, but it does not give me the calories, unfortunately. But it is a very nice beer, very drinkable. I would recommend it highly for somebody who's looking for a, poolside summertime type beer. I think this would be spot on delicious. I don't think you can go wrong. Yeah, definitely a winner. And I like the basicness of the can. I made fun of it, but I'm really not making fun of it because it's kind of cool that they're really just putting the beer out there instead of fancy designer cans that everybody seems to be doing lately. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure you tell your friends about Beer Issues and how much fun we're having talking about great beer and drinking great beer. Make sure that if they want any cool gear, t-shirts, hats, phone cases, you name it, go to shop.beerissues.com. And, as my wife likes to say, I have beer issues.